Some people are born ordinary, others seem born for destiny. In 1799, in the storm-battered town of Lyme Regis, a baby girl named Mary Anning entered a world that did not want her. Of her parents' 10 children, only 2 survived. At just 15 months old, she was struck by lightning, so violently that neighbors believed she would not live. But she lived. And not only lived, she grew into a woman who would tear open the Earth's ancient secrets and reveal monsters lost for millions of years. It was as if fate itself had chosen her, a survivor, marked by lightning, called to uncover the history of life on Earth. Mary's father, a carpenter, taught her to hunt fossils, then called curiosities, to sell for pennies to tourists. But when he died in 1810, Mary was just 11 years old. Her family had nothing. To keep them alive, she braved the crumbling cliffs, where every step could trigger a landslide. For her, fossils weren't a hobby. They were survival. But survival soon became destiny. At 12 years old, Mary uncovered the skeleton of a monster, a skull with teeth like knives. Over months, she freed its enormous body from stone. Some said it was a crocodile, others a lizard. But it was something far older, an ichthyosaurus, a predator from oceans 200 million years ago. In 1823, Mary revealed the plesiosaurus, its long, snake-like neck so strange that scholars accused her of fraud. In 1828, she unearthed the first British pterosaur, a dragon of the skies turned to stone. Each fossil pulled back the curtain of time. Each one shattered old beliefs. The Earth was ancient. Worlds had come and gone. Creation was not fixed. It was fragile, fleeting, ever-changing. Her discoveries shook the church. They shook science, and they prepared the way for Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. Her discovery forced the world to confront a terrifying truth. Life was not eternal. Species could vanish. Extinction was real. But for Mary herself, recognition was rare. She was poor, self-taught, and a woman in a man's world. She could not publish her work. She could not join scientific societies. The men who bought her fossils displayed them as their own. She once admitted bitterly, "The world has used me so unkindly. I fear it has made me suspicious of everyone." But not everyone was blind to her brilliance. In 1824, Lady Harriet Sylvester, the widow of London's recorder, visited Mary in Lyme Regis and wrote in her diary,
"The extraordinary thing in this young woman is that she has made herself so thoroughly acquainted with the science that the moment she finds any bones, she knows to what tribe they belong. She fixes the bones on a frame with cement and then makes drawings and has them engraved. It is certainly a wonderful instance of divine favor that this poor, ignorant girl should be so blessed, for by reading and application she has arrived to that degree of knowledge as to be in the habit of writing and talking with professors and other clever men on the subject, and they all acknowledge that she understands more of the science than anyone else in this kingdom."
Even in her own lifetime, there were those who saw the miracle she was. A girl from poverty, outshining the greatest minds of her age. But her life was never free of loss. In 1833, a landslide struck as she searched the cliffs. Mary survived, but her faithful dog Trey, her constant companion, was buried alive before her eyes. She wrote, "The death of my old faithful dog has quite upset me, the cliff that fell on him and killed him in a moment before my eyes." The earth gave her treasures, but it always demanded its price. By the time Mary Anning died in 1847, at just 47 years old, she had revealed creatures that rewrote science. She had given Darwin the evidence of extinction he needed. She had proven that the history of life was vast, fragile, and ever-changing. She was, without knowing it, the mother of paleontology, and yet her name was barely known beyond her cliffs. But her silence did not last forever. Time, like the tide, uncovers what was once buried. In 2010, 163 years after her death, The Royal Society finally named Mary Anning one of the 10 British women who most influenced the history of science. Recognition came too late for her to hear, but not too late for us to remember. Mary Anning was a miracle. Born of storms, struck by lightning, a child who should not have survived. She unearthed monsters from ancient seas and skies. She proved extinction. She paved the way for evolution. History tried to forget her. But like the fossils she revealed, her legacy endured, buried for a time, waiting for us to uncover it. Mary Anning, the miracle child who became the mother of paleontology.